Hello.
Hello. Can you tell me about yourself, please?
Yeah, my name is Maria Bagurina Klein, and I am currently a student at the Utah Valley University. And my major is business management with concentration in international relations. I work for a company named Micron that does computer chips and flash memory drives, and I work in the probe department for the last 9 years. I have stronger skills like management, leadership. I'm self-motivated. I'm very detail-oriented, and I love working as an individual and as a team player.
What do you know about this company?
I know that previously Micron was a joint venture between Intel and Micron called iMFlash. That's where I started working. But now it is just Micron, and it is a company that produces memory chips and data storage.
Can you tell me more about your previous experience?
Yeah. So I started working in 2011 in a company that calls iMFlash. IM, Intel, and Micron, which was a joint venture. And I started working there just like the manufacturing technician. But then in 2012, I actually got promoted to the manufacturing technician 2, and specifically two different areas in probe logout and functional area. But then in 2014, I got again promoted to the manufacturing associate, watching the whole probe department. But then in 2016, I got again promoted to the manufacturing associate 2, which was the highest level at that time for the manufacturing associate. But then in 2018, I actually got promoted to the process technician level 3.
How would your previous employer describe you?
Well, he would say that I'm very detail-oriented, that I'm driven, and that I'm very reliable, that he could count on me anytime he wanted.
Why did you leave your last job?
Actually, I reevaluated my career goals, and I decided that at that time I really needed a change.
Why do you want this job?
I want this job because I really am a natural leader. I am confident, I'm optimistic, and I think I will be great for this department and this company.
What is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength, it's probably would be my ability to learn from my own mistakes, or even something like creative thinking.
And what about your greatest weakness?
You know, one of the things that I think I'm perfectionist. I mean, I really like to do everything to the perfect, but sometimes it can be negative.
Why should we hire you?
I think that I possess skills and abilities that really sets me apart from others, and how my team will be performing will actually reflect my abilities to be as a leader. So that is what really drives me.
Describe a difficult work situation and how you overcame it.
Well, I had an employee that didn't want to follow the daily priorities, the daily tasks that we had, and I had to meet with him, and I was prepared. So I asked him, walk me through and show me your thought process. How do you determine what is your priorities for the day? And I was prepared to listen to him. And so he walked me through, and then I showed him the whole area overall. I showed him different reports, and I showed him what I'm looking when I'm creating those priorities, the whole department as a whole thing. And it's actually by me going above and beyond and showing him all this data and explaining him, it's actually helped us. And he was following the priorities since then, and he actually was helping improve the area by making suggestions.
Okay, let's talk about your goals. Can you tell me what's your goals for the future from 1 month to 12 months or short term?
Well, for my short term, I think first of all, I need to close off the job that I'm doing right now and do a really good pass down to the next person who is coming to perform my job after me. But then I'll just probably won't do immediate any changes. I'll just step back and just observe and learn, and make sure that I'm aligning on the team's priorities. So I'll just take my time, I guess, to learn this particular team, to learn this department, this area.
And what about your goals for future for 12 months to 5 years?
My long-term goals would be probably already set the goal, define my vision for my team, for my department, and then I will seek feedback from my team, and then revisit my goals and plan my future development.
Do you work well with other people?
Yeah, I think I'm a good team player.
How do you create a work and development plan?
Well, first of all, to create any plans, I think we need to identify the gaps. So whether the gaps it's within your current role or within your future role. And then when you define those goals, you can define when you define those gaps, you can define the goal. And the goal, of course, should be SMART, right? Where you can measure it. And then I'll set specific expectations, and I will develop a timeline where we're gonna meet each of the goals. And then I'll just measure my progress and see the results.
What are some challenges do you anticipate?
Since it's a different department, learning curve obviously will be one of the challenges, and then building the relationship with my team.
And how will you overcome those challenges?
Well, I'll just stay positive, and I'll find my own routine, and I will immerse myself in the department, and I will take notes, learn from everyone, and just build a good relationship and trust.
Can you tell me about a situation when you had to performance manage or hold someone accountable, please?
Yeah, I had an employee that I had to put on performance management plan because he was constantly missing the goals, missing the targets, missing quals, missing tool lockups, all kind of things that was actually impacting not just him, but impacting the whole team morale. And so we put together for him a specific training plan with the due dates and timeline. And then I helped him with the different resources, and I was there working with him together. And actually, he became very motivated and worked even harder than before. And even when we were done with the performance management plan, he was still really hard working employee.
Have you applied for a supervisor position in Micron before?
Yes, I did.
What area?
It was CVD.
So what feedback did you get?
The feedback was that I did really great on the interview. The only minor thing that was setting me apart from other individuals was that I didn't have enough knowledge of the CVD processes. And truly it wasn't, because I've never worked there before.
So what kind of preparation have you done?
Well, I'm applying here in Probe Department for Supervisor, where I know those processes left and right because I've been working here as a process tech for many years now. I also finished Emergent Leader program. I finished the Leadership Exploration program, and I'm still going to school to get my business management degree.
What is the supervisor role in Micron in Probe Department?
In my opinion, there's three biggest things for the supervisor in Probe. It's a people, product, and processes. Because if we're talking about staffing and training, that's people. If you're talking about capacity, efficiency, that's obviously your product. And if we're talking about yield, SWR, cycle time, then it's a processes.
Think of times when you went above and beyond your job responsibilities and provided value for the company.
One of those times was when I worked for Micron as a manufacturing associate on C shift. And what happened is that all three other shifts got new manufacturing associate individuals. And what I did is I suggested to my management that I will have this onboarding meeting with them to share my knowledge, to share my expertise of the area. And they agreed. And what I did is I created that meeting, and I helped them as a senior MA to learn the area, to learn all the processes and better align and to be consistent on all 4 shifts. Then I set up the meeting that would happen every month, where we would meet and actually go over everything that they would know, they would want to learn. So I think I'm helping them continue to grow in their role.
How will you prioritize your day?
That's a tough question because every day would be different depending on what is happening on that day, depending on staffing, if I have call-ins or if I don't have enough people, depending on the whip in the area. Where is the whip today and where we will move it tomorrow, or even simply depending on what day of the week it is, because Thursday we have a completely different priorities because Thursday is the end of the work week for us.
So, what motivates you to succeed?
Well, I enjoy being a high level contributor. I enjoy making a difference and see how I impact the company.
And how well do you work under pressure?
I think I work well under pressure because I don't panic and I just tell myself that, hey, nothing is happening and I just do my best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.